Boom, boom, boom. Testing, 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 testing. Hello, just trying to make sure that I am live. I think I'm live, but awesome. I think we're finally live. So your live video will be, whoa, this live dashboard. That's kind of cool. Hey, so Bryce here. Welcome to today's training. Today's training is all about how to get 3 to 5 clients in April. It is April 1st, so I know this video is super relevant to what a lot of people are going through, especially whether, you're just starting out or whether you want to start creating a little bit more traction for yourself. So just to kind of jump into it while waiting for everybody to kind of get on board because I started a minute early, is about 6 years ago I got started in this game. It was very rough to say the least. We were doing everything from networking events, from knocking on doors, from being pitched to go join people's networking groups like BNI and different groups like that for a couple $100s a year, which at the time it just didn't really make any sense to us because we didn't know how to go and get clients, we didn't know what we were doing, and it was terrible. What ended up happening was I just couldn't build enough traction with myself and my business partner to sustain ourselves. I think the most money we made in a month was about $2,000, and 1,700 of that came from it was a cleanup that covered like 2 years, and we only charged like $1,700. We just didn't know anything about pricing, sales, marketing, so we had to go back into corporate America. That lasted for about a year and a half where I was kind of licking my wounds and really learning all the strategies I teach people how to do today and I use for myself in my accounting and my bookkeeping practice. Now, let's really kind of dive into it. So, for today's video, let's talk about how to get 3 to 5 clients in April. Now, you really only need a few things. Okay? There's really 3 main ways that we're going to start talking about either client attraction or marketing just to keep it extremely simple. So, 3 ways right now: outbound, inbound, and tertiary. Tertiary just means it's a mixture of outbound and inbound. So, for each one of those, you should always have a mix of those 3 going at any time. There are a million ways you can do outbound, a million ways you can do inbound, a million ways you can do tertiary. But for me, let's just kind of keep it simple. Simple scales. Simple allows me to be able to build my business very quickly, very consistently, so that whenever either clients leave, I know I can just talk to enough people to go build that clientele back up. So let's kind of transfer that to you. For example, let's talk about one outbound channel. An example of an outbound channel could be like LinkedIn lead sourcing. Another inbound channel could be something like having referral partners or a website. A tertiary could be either virtual speaking engagements or in-person speaking engagements, or different things kind of like that, to where you have to go put out a little bit of energy to get on the place, but then the energy comes back to you in forms of after the event, people reach out and want to either book a call or they want to be able to do that. Hey, welcome to the people that are on right now. Yeah, I'm so great to be able to see that. Hey, David, thanks so much, David. I really appreciate you for telling me I'm live. It's hard to tell on these things because you can never really tell. Now, cool. Let's kind of dive into this. For outbound, when you're first getting started, outbound is incredibly important. Now, most people do outbound and they just don't do it right. And what happens is, you put out a lot of energy. Most people, they're knocking on doors, they're handing out flyers, they're, mailing postcards, or they're going to a lot of business owners, and it's very hard because you can't really tell where the business owner is. Are they already working with someone? Do they even want to talk to you right now? Do they have the budget to work with you? That's the thing that most people don't like. It can be filled with rejection. It's all about building relationships. So if you feel like you're introverted, it can be very hard to put yourself out there enough times for you to start being able to consistently get that inflow of clients. However, when you really master outbound, it's a lot more consistent and you have a lot more control because you can start seeing how many people you need to speak to or you need to interact with in order to get a client, and then you just keep replicating that and getting better at replicating that and speeding up that process and lowering that number. Now, here's really important. With outbound, number one way to cut down on the amount of work and the amount of people you need to speak to is by learning how to directly talk to the business owner. If you're sending out flyers, most of the time the person you're talking to is actually the trash can. If you're trying to do cold calls or you're, doing emails, oftentimes the person you're speaking to is not the business owner, it's their admin. And that hits the virtual trash can. So you end up having to do a lot more work because no one's really seeing what you're doing, and the business owner never really gets a chance to say yes or to say no. Now, really important, when you're doing outbound, you have to start learning what to look for. It's about developing your eye. Now, basically, one way that you can really understand who is going to either need accounting or bookkeeping help is by looking for business owners who are asking questions that show that their current solution just isn't working. For example, I was just talking to a client the other day, and he was saying, "Yeah, I got a new client signed up. It was her first year in business, and I asked her, how much money did you actually make in your first year?" And she said, "I don't know." My client said, "What do you mean you don't know?" She said, "I don't know. My account, I have an accountant. I'm kind of annoyed with him because like all he did was just a couple things, and I have no idea what he did. I have no idea how much money I made, how much that was profit." And she just kept talking about her frustration. So by the end of that conversation, it was very easy because now my client in the mentorship program said, "Okay, cool. Do you want to know how I can help you out so we can prevent all that stuff from happening?" The point of that story is if you can start identifying when a business owner is in duress or is frustrated or is annoyed or is overwhelmed, that's when you can start really getting good at prospecting. Because think about it like this. If you can look at 10 business owners and you can identify two of them that are under duress or that are very annoyed, all you have to do is talk to those two and you can ignore the other eight. Now, once you start getting really good at that, you start saving a lot of your energy. A lot more energy can be focused on having great conversations with people who actually want to work with you. And then your job becomes, how can I help out as many people as possible, answer questions, and then show that I care? Now, once you get good at this, you can literally only do this about 30 times a month. That's about one per day. Just help out one business owner every single day. You can expect to get about 3 to 7 consults from those 30 people helped. Now, that might not seem like a lot, but when you're first starting out, every consultation counts. From those 3 to 7, once you start getting good at sales, you should be expecting to receive between 3 and 5 clients on your first loop around. Now, if you don't really know how to get people on consultations, especially if you meet them online, our experience is that once you start learning how to really help people out and you start providing a lot of clarity, a good portion of the time, they will then come and reach out to you. So instead of you having to think about, well, how do I talk to them? They're going to lead the conversation for you because now they know they need help. And it's been brought to their attention that either they don't know what they're doing or the person that they're working with does not know what they're doing. So now they're going to come to you. Your job there is just not to drop the ball. Just don't drop the ball. It's very simple. A lot of people overcomplicate this. Like they're like, how do I make the perfect message script that builds my credibility, forces them to want to move now, and then this magic stuff happens. It's not like that at all. It's all about if the person comes to you and you've helped them out, you're already in that position of credibility and authority. They wouldn't keep asking you questions if they did not think that you're credible or you have, or you're qualified to give them advice and to help them out. Your job is to be able to control how much information that you share and direct them towards getting on a consultation to see exactly how you can help them out so they no longer have to worry about these questions that they are asking. Now, if you do not know how to do that and maybe you're having a bunch of conversations in your messenger and no one's getting on a consultation, they just take what you give them and they leave, I can give you a message script. It just tells you exactly what to say step by step. You just copy and paste it, tweak it a little bit to fit the way that you speak. If you want that, go ahead and type inside the comment section message script, and I will send you a copy after this live video is done. Okay? So this is very important. Just help out 30 people every single day in the month of April. You're going to be able to start getting more clients. That's just pro tip right there. It's the easiest way to start getting more clients. Now let's talk about the second method. Let's talk about speaking engagements. This is incredibly important. A lot of people do not understand the power of speaking engagements, whether this is virtual or in person. I personally like to focus on virtual speaking engagements because that means you can do 10, 20, 30 of them and not have to leave your house. It just makes it a lot easier, and sometimes I don't want to leave because I live in Michigan, and today it was like 60 degrees 2 days ago, now it's snowing. So, now, important. With speaking engagements, what we're looking for is we're looking to bring on about 1 to 3 clients per speaking engagement that we do. Steps in order to do that, you have to go and start finding owners of audiences. Whether they own a Facebook group, whether they go live on their Facebook and they have like 20 to 30 to 40 people watching every single one of their videos, whether they own like a virtual networking event, group, or they're like the president of like BNI or your local chamber of commerce, whatever the case might be, you need someone who people are already looking at. Step number 2, they need to be someone who creates content very frequently. Okay, now content is super, super important because when someone is in front of an audience, oftentimes they have to produce content in order to keep the people engaged. Like, that's the main reason why I'm doing this live video right now. I want to build this relationship with you. I want to be able to help you out so that you guys can support my work. And then whenever you hit the like button or you comment, it just shows it to more people who will be able to, work with me in the future. But when you're going after a group owner, they have the same exact problem. Your job is to then go to them and add some value. The place of value in this position is, hey, I know that some of the people inside the group are going to have a lot of questions surrounding accounting or bookkeeping. Why don't we just do a Q&A where you just ask me all their, frequently asked questions. I can answer them, and then I can just help you guys out. So you don't have to keep answering a million questions and saying you don't know how to do it. They're very, very, very eager to let you do that. Oftentimes, we get about 3 to 5 invites for these kind of events every 2 weeks. Very easy to get, but most people don't understand it. Very, very, very simple. They're very like easy questions to answer. The people really like you. You're borrowing the trust from the person who owns the group, the credibility. Now you're an authority in that space. You no longer have to worry about people coming on your consultations and being like, I don't know if you can do the work. I don't trust that you can handle my books. Do you have references? I need to think about it for another 3 months. They know that you know what you're talking about, and they're seeing that other people are coming to you for advice. Now, your job is really to just answer questions to the best of your ability. If you don't know the answer to a question, or it's just too complicated for a group, just say inside the speaking engagement, "Hey, I can talk to you privately about that afterwards. That's a very advanced topic, and I don't want to confuse the other people inside, so I can talk to you on the side." And you don't really have to talk to them on the side if you don't want to. You can just say you forgot. And then all you have to do is after and during is just leave a link to your calendar inside of the comments section, and people will start filling out that calendar link, and you'll just start booking more consultations. Now, I have a person inside the mentorship program, one of my students, and he signs up about 2 clients every single time he goes live on one of these Q&A speaking engagements. So only real marketing that he really does at this point is just booking more speaking engagements. Just keeps booking speaking engagements. He has about one every month. Now he's doing about one every 2 weeks, and we're going to try and get that to about one every week by the end of the month, so he can really just start just skyrocketing his practice and really getting to that $15,000 per month level is really where I want for him to be. And I want for all of you guys to be at that level if you're not already and you're watching this. It doesn't have to take a lot of work once you know exactly what to do, once you know how to do that outbound prospecting and not take a lot of your energy and a lot of your time, once you know how to start positioning yourself as the authority and being very credible, and then people start coming to you, and when they come to you, they're more ready and they're more just excited to work with you. Now, for you guys, if you're just starting out and you either aren't very extremely great at sales yet, or you're not really, used to doing those live Q&As, generally, we're going to still try and shoot for between 1 to 3 clients from each speaking engagement that we get. And once we start getting really good, it can be very consistent, and that's when you can start really skyrocketing. Now, whenever I work with someone privately in my mastermind and my mentorship program, I give them access to speaking engagements that we've either done in the past or my clients have done in the past. And you basically just copy exactly whatever the script is, and you can send it to the person who's going to be asking the questions on the live Q&A. And you just basically just know all the questions ahead of time, and it just makes you look even better. You'd be more polished, more crisp, and it just makes it so much smoother for you to be able to do this. So let's kind of go back. So if we're expecting from the first method, so we're expecting 30 people helped 30 people helped for the month. That should get about 3 to 5 clients if we're really good at sales and we've understood exactly why people buy with us. Then when we go from the speaking engagements, we're looking for, if we do 2 speaking engagements, we're looking between 2 to 3 new clients, just on the lower end. We're not talking about the extreme, we're just talking about what the average person can be able to aspire to once they start getting good. Okay, so if you do that, let's say you get 2 clients from that, you get 5 clients from the help. That's 7 clients. We've overshot our goal. Now, of course, I'm simplifying things a little bit because I want to make sure that you can see the possibility. Now, in order to do this, you have to start learning how to get good at sales and get good at pricing. So you don't need a million clients in order to go hit, if your goal is 10K per month, you don't need to go and get 20, 30, 40 clients to hit that. You can do that with, 10 to 15 clients if you've learned how to price it correctly. And then getting leads just becomes a byproduct. You can find leads every single day. You can do it walking at the grocery store, going to the library. I get clients for my business all the time going to Barnes and Nobles. But that's just a side tangent. So that's how you can start getting 3 to 5 new clients in April and every single month. It's just about how much your workflows can support at that moment in time, and then just keep being very consistent with your outreach and with your marketing, and you're going to start to fill up your practice really quickly. Now, if you've been struggling to get clients in your business consistently, maybe you're just starting out, you're trying to get your first couple, maybe you already have 3 to 5, but you're really trying to get to that 10K level very quickly, go ahead and send me a message. I would love to help you out, and I'd love to connect with you and see exactly, what we can do to kind of tweak where you're at, get you some better results, and then maybe work together in the future. So if that's you, go on ahead and send me a message. I would love to talk to you and meet you soon. I'm going to get going. This has been Bryce Tubbs. Love to help you out. Have a great day. Take it easy. And remember, the only thing that stops you from hitting your goals is you. As long as you learn how to get out of your own way, you're going to be able to hit your goal. So I'll talk to you guys soon, and I'll see you.